Good morning, my loves. Happy Tuesday. Beautiful morning here at the lake. It's still dark. It's around 6 a.m. It's supposed to be rainy later today and tomorrow and Christmas Day, so it'll be a little soggy. So make sure to have towels out or a mat so that Santa and his reindeer can wipe their feet and their paws before they come into the house for cookies and carrots. You might hear Finn meowing in the background. He's looking for more Christmas presents. He discovered one of his and has already broken it. So yeah, right on target, Way to go, Finn. Typical little boy. I think this is probably the first time he's ever had Christmas, so it's a big deal. Today we're discussing 2025 and 2026. What are, I don't know, the 3 to 5, whatever works for you, life lessons you have learned in 2025? That could be painful. What are the life lessons you learned? What are the takeaways? It doesn't have to be anything bad. It's just be honest. What do you want to leave behind in 2025 and not carry with you into 2026? Toxic jobs, toxic relationships, addictions, toxic behaviors, patterns, triggers and traumas, illness, debt. What do you want to leave in 2025 and just release it and have it over and done with? Maybe it's your past. It's up to you. What do you want to receive in 2026? What blessings do you want? Now, and I'm being serious. Don't be goofy with this. I'm being serious. And I know there's a lot of people that look at this and get really goofy with it, and they think I'm being stupid and ridiculous, and I'm being really serious because this is how you grow. Self-reflection is how you grow up. You learn the life lessons so you don't repeat them. You keep getting in the same crappy relationships because you keep doing the same things. You keep having the same low self-esteem, poor boundaries. Well, until you make some changes, honey, it's going to keep happening. So that's why I'm having these discussions, so that the new year can be a fresh start and you can have a very wonderful 2026. So what do you want to be blessed with in 2026? The job of your dreams, personal growth, a better understanding of yourself, a better relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself and the relationship with God are two of the most fundamental, important relationships that you can have. Until you can sit down and be authentic with yourself, truthful with yourself, sit down in the mirror and seriously and have a talk with yourself about you, about your screw-ups, your shortcomings, what you need to do, don't need to do, need to stop doing. Yeah. Just one old lady's opinion. How can I put this? Because we just talked about what blessings you want to receive. What are you willing to do to make these things happen? Are you willing to put in the extra time and effort? Are you willing to get the additional education, the skills that you need to get the job, to do whatever you want to do? Do you need to kick an addiction? Because those two are tied hand in hand. You have to be brutally honest with yourself and admit you have a problem. Then you have to get help for the problem. And honey, you are so worthy of getting help for your addiction. I promise. There's so much more to you than your addiction. There's so much more to you. Hang on, my eyes itching. If you're battling anorexia, gambling, whatever it is, there's more to you than that label. And you are worthy of greatness and happiness and joy. You just have to get over that one hurdle. And it's a doozy, but you can do it. But what are you willing to do to make it happen? You want to leave the addiction behind, but what are you willing to do to make it happen? Are you willing to stop? Are you willing to cut ties with toxic people that keep sucking you back into those behaviors? People that claim to be your friends, but you always find yourself up in a world of hurt when you're with them. Are you willing to get the professional help that you need? Whether that's with a therapist like myself, a life coach, a counselor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, support groups, going into a clinic, whatever it is, do what you need to do. I talked to a friend of mine last night, also a client, and he's celebrating being 2 years sober. And I told him I'm really proud of him. It's been hard. A veteran, he came home with a lot of problems and he's faced them head on. And that's hard. That's really, really hard. But he's done it. And he's 2 years clean and sober. I'm really proud of him. But he was willing to admit it, to face it, to put in the work and make it happen. That's big. I talked to somebody last night. We were having this conversation, and they said what they want their kids to leave behind, being evil. And in the new year, they want their kids to be good. And, they're going on and on and on about they have 3 or 4 kids. And the kids just drive them up a tree. They're a parent, honey. They're kids' kids. And most of it is just normal kid behavior. Some of it isn't. And I said, okay, now hang on. Shouldn't you also be asking for better communication skills and more patience and understanding so that you can sit down and talk to your kids honestly, one-on-one with your kids and find out, hey, what the hell's going on with you? You know you shouldn't be doing this. What's the deal? And you don't do it in a room full of people. You don't do it in the principal's office. You don't do it in front of their siblings or anybody else. It's a one-on-one. It's when you take them out for a burger, you take them out for a Coke, whatever. And you have this heart to heart, you have that connection, and you listen to them without judgment. Let them pour their hearts out. Tell them that you screwed up when you were a kid. Maybe you ditched a class or two. Maybe you smoked weed. Maybe you started smoking, whatever. It may not be that big a deal. But back then, when you were their age, it was a big deal. Admit to them that you're human. You may be mom or dad, but long before you were mom and dad, honey, you were a kid. You're a person. You screw up, and you have. And you don't want them to screw up like you did, because you know the heartache that's coming down the road. Be vulnerable with your kid. Let them know it's okay, and talk to them. They may be opening up to you and sharing things that you had no idea about. They may be sharing things with you you did not want to know. But you're going to sit there and you're going to hold their hand, you're going to hug them, and you're going to listen. You're not going to say anything negative. You might shake your head, roll your eyes, but you can do it with a smile and say, it's okay, because we're in this together. You may not realize it, but we've always been in this together, because I've always had your back if you would let me. Try it. The person I was talking to said they never thought about that. I said, okay, now let's just kind of roll back the clock. When you were a teen, when you were 12 through 17, 12 through 18, whatever, how would it have felt to you if one of your parents took you out to eat, took you for a burger, pizza, and talked to you like that? Said, hey, look, I messed up. I know. Trust me. Times are different, but they're not different. Kids still make the same stupid mistakes. I just don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. They might ask you some questions about it. Be honest. Be honest with them. Don't dodge it. Don't candy coat it. Be honest with them. Tell them your parents' reaction and how that hurt you. Or maybe your parents never knew. Maybe your parents didn't care. And you don't want that for them. How would that have felt for your parent to have that talk with you and for you to just unburden yourself and to talk to them about everything going on? How you felt. Maybe you were being pressured into having sex, pressured into dating, pressured into doing drugs. Maybe you were being bullied, whatever. But you could open up your heart and just share it with your parent. And they're listening, they're paying attention. They're not on their phone, they're not scrolling, they're not, worried about how they look. They're listening to you. How would that have changed your life? That could have been big. Huge. Because if they didn't, and if you didn't open up to them, what happened? So often, what I have seen when parents don't pay attention to their kids, when they don't listen to their kids, when they only hear what they want to hear, see what they want to see, honey, your child is going to go to somebody that will pay attention to them and will listen to them. And that's not always a good person. That might be somebody a little older that gets them into a lot more trouble. So please, just be willing to have better communication with your kids. Be willing to have one-on-ones, to listen to them, to let them know they can come to you no matter what. When my son was growing up, I was one hell of a mama. And I'm not bragging, I just mean I was a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, I was strict. I was very, very strict. But my son knew he could come to me with absolutely anything under the sun. Bare his soul, and I'm there for him because we're in it together. If he came to me and said, Mama, we got to talk, I knew. No judgment. No punishment. Let's just sit down and figure out what the hell's going on so I can help you with this. Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help them and guide them through life. Just think about it, okay? Maybe you need to be a better listener and a better communicator in your relationships, your personal relationships. Maybe even at work with your friends. Just some things to think about going into 2026. The changes that you need to make to be a better you, to be the best you that you can be, because that's what you're worthy of. Authenticity, to be who God made you to be. He doesn't expect anybody to be perfect, ever, 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 ever. But just like I was just talking about, you opening up your heart, to your parents when you were a kid, your kids opening up their heart and sharing with you, same applies, because those that believe in God, that's what we do all the time, because he knows. He's like any other parent on this planet, baby, he knows. You don't have to tell him. We know. Parents, we know. We know, all see, all hear, all. We know. So does God. Maybe that's something he passed down to us. And he still loves us. He's still there for us. Just something to think about. If you don't believe in God, okay, fine, just ignore that part. But if you do, just know that he's always there for us, right? He's dad. He's the bestest dad in the world. He is always there for us with open arms to hear us, to love us, to jerk us up by the short hairs and say, hey, you want XYZ, but not with these bozos around? I don't think so. You need to get your act together. Just some things to think about going into 2026. But seriously, think about what you want to leave behind. The life lessons that we learned in 2025 that were painful and just awful. Leave them in the past. It's over. It's done with. Let it go. That version of you, let it go. Make 2026 a new year, a new you. Be authentic. Be true to yourself. Be who you want to be. Don't be something for somebody else. You be you, because you're worthy. You are worthy of so much. Just think about it, okay? Just think about it, honey, because you are so worthy. Trust me, I'm old. I know this shit.